Hello everyone and welcome to class 34 of Pilates with April Moon. Hope you're all well and having a lovely Wednesday. So those of you who don't know me, I'm April Moon and I am a Pilates instructor, hence Pilates with April Moon. And today we're going to do a nice 30-minute relaxing Pilates session, not yoga session, I'm just on one of those. And it's going to really help mobilise all of your joints and allow your body to relax and strengthen, and we're also going to increase our flexibility too. Remember, if you've got any ongoing health conditions, please just take this nice and slow. If you feel dizzy at any point, and please stop. But I hope you really enjoy it and you feel nice and relaxed. We're just going to give it a few more seconds just to make sure everyone is here. If you are here and want to say hi, please feel free to comment in the chat box down below. And good morning, Irene. Thank you very much. Hello, hello. Wonderful. Okay, just a few more seconds. So all you need is a mat and a little bit of space. You don't have to have tons of space. You don't even need a mat, just a bit of carpet will do. All right, then let's get going. So first things first, let's stretch out those hips. So you can sit cross-legged. I know sitting cross-legged, if you've never really done it before, you don't do it often, it can feel very, very intense. So you can move your feet away or sit on blocks or a book. To make this harder, you can lift a foot and place it in the crease of the knee and keep that spine really, really tall. Just breathing in and out. And keep the spine long, and then the wrists are onto the knees. So just breathe in and out. Gently close the eyes. And then inhale and exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Come into the middle, inhale, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. And then come back up, nod the chin towards the chest, stretch out the back of the neck. And then come back up, and then just switch. So the right leg now is either on the floor or that right foot is in the crease of the left knee. Extend that spine nice and tall. Drop that right knee down. Just breathe in and out. Allow your hips to relax and open. And now this time we're going to look over the right shoulder. And then into the middle. Look over the left shoulder. And then into the middle. Well done. And then relax. Now take the feet out nice and wide. And then just sit on your sitting bones, keeping that spine nice and tall. And then place the hands on the inside of the thighs. And then nod the chin, push through these heels. And then nod down. Oh, I'm really tight today. How bad is that? Hands on the toes and just fold over the body. Just hold it there. Hands come all the way up. And we'll go again. Inhale, nod. Exhale, lower down. Stretch out. and come back up. Wonderful. Bring the feet in, and now we're going to do the same with the narrow feet, so it won't be as intense, but we're still getting a good stretch. So nice tall spine. Inhale, nod. Exhale. Hands come all the way, hands over the toes, fold over the body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, nod. And then come up. Oh, and you should feel nice and open, relaxing the muscles, all in the legs and the back and the neck and the spine. It's always good to just do a little bit of a stretch every so often. Okay, now what we're going to do is grab a pillow or a head block if you have one. And then we're going to place the pillow onto the floor. First things first though, we're just going to have the hands behind us and the feet as wide as the mat. Push the shoulders away from the ears, and then just both knees over to the left. Stretch out from the right knee to the right hip. Come back up, over to the right. And up, over to the left. And up, over to the right. And up, left. Oh, it feels so good. I can sit like this all day. It hurts, but it feels kind of good hurt. You don't want to feel painful when you do a stretch. And other side. And then come back up. And then come to lay down. So very gently, feet at hip width, nod your chin. And come down, hug the knees in and rock side to side. Push into that lower back. And then circle the knees around. And then the other way. And this just really sort of goes into the lower back, into coccyx, and all those sort of tense, tight muscles around the area. Now push your knees away and then do it, and you'll really stretch out. And then right foot onto the floor. Hug the left knee in and point the toes. See, I've got really tight legs today. I went to the gym yesterday and I stretched, but obviously not well enough because I feel very tense and sore. So sometimes and then just push through this heel. Sometimes we have just really bad tight muscles sometimes. It just happens. So just go with the flow. Just push. Hands behind the lower thigh. Inhale, now push through this heel. Exhale, and see how you're feeling. So I always like to do this in my classes most of the time, because often or not we can check in with our bodies here and see how our legs are feeling. Basically, do we feel tight? Is maybe your leg not straight? Are you having a little shake? Do you feel it more in the calf than you do the back of the leg? Is your lower back on the floor? Do you maybe feel it in your shoulders? All sorts of things to think about here. And then bend the knee, place it down. Now keep feel of how that was, and let's go to the other side. So push through the heel, inhale, exhale, lift up. And see how this feels. This might feel easier. The leg might feel heavier. All sorts. All sorts. And then bend the knee. Now from here we're going to do our hip circles. So really make sure your pelvis is in neutral. So tuck under with the pelvis so the lower back's flat into the mat, and then push. And then hopefully we will feel your pelvis is in neutral. And then circle from the knee joint, circle around. And then go the other way. Now this is actually quite hard. It really puts pressure on the thigh, and this left foot wants to be flat on the floor. Try not to move the knee. And then take that foot, place it on the left thigh, fingertips on the knee, inhale, exhale, knee goes out. Open up. So if you've got sciatica, this is a very nice stretch for you to do. Come back up, right foot on, other side. So left knee in line with the left hip, circle around. Just keep circling, circling. Nice and slow and controlled. And the other way. And now take this leg, place it over the left thigh, inhale, exhale, knees go out. And again, see how your body feels. Does it feel sore? Do you feel like your knee can't go out so far? And relax. Wonderful. Now let's start to warm up the core. Move the head block away. Now 2 options here. I always like to give different options because I never know who's new and who's joining me. So option number 1, elbows are wide, the neck is long, pelvis is neutral, so we nod and we squeeze up and we lower. To make it easier, your hands can go here, you nod and squeeze up and then lower. Okay, so let's go. My head is going to be in between my hands. We're just warming up the core. So we nod, elbows are wide, the chin never meets the chest, just a little gap, and then squeeze, elbows wide. Now, as you can see, I'm not coming up that high. Okay, we never want this, not a sit up. Inhale, nod, exhale, lift. And lower down. Inhale, nod. Exhale, up. And come down. Okay, so now what we're going to do, if this is comfortable for you, please don't push yourself if you're not feeling it or you're having an off day or whatever it may be. You do not have to do this with me. You can keep both feet on the floor or you can lift your knees up, elbows are wide, and then we nod and we lift. And then we lower. Inhale, nod, and lift up. And come down. And again, nod. Lift, elbows wide, keep the pelvis as still as you can. And lower. 2 more. In, lift. And lower. In, lift, hold it for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Rock the knees side to side. Circle around. Wonderful. So hopefully you would have felt that 1,000% in your core, okay, and in your tummy. It's perfectly normal to feel maybe it's a little bit too much for you. But like I say, your core is not your. When we work our abs, all right, and that belly, we don't just work like the top layer. We work deep into the core muscles, which is what you want because that is what really helps to build a strong foundation within your body. And Joseph Pilates always says about the powerhouse. This is the powerhouse, our core. So it will help with tiny little everyday things that you struggle with, especially if you keep practicing. So now what we're going to do is come onto the elbows, extend the spine long, and then lift up the feet. And then we're going to inhale, so the knees are in line with the hips and the ankles in line with the knee here. And we breathe in, and then we breathe out, extend, and in, and extend, and in, and extend, and in, and extend, and in. Extend. So this is deep core, and in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come in, relax it down, rock side to side. Circle the knees around. And the other way. Fabulous. Okie dokie. Now we're going to come to lift up. We're going to do this with a little roll of the spine. Now, if you've got any neck injuries or spinal injuries, I would just miss this exercise out. But what we are going to do is, so you cross one ankle over the other, and we want to try and create some momentum, and we're just going to roll backwards and forwards. Now, don't let your neck or your head touch the floor. Okay, this is quite tough. It looks really easy, but it takes a long time to roll yourself up. So if you can't, say you get to here and you can't get up, push your hands into the floor and then start again. Okay, we'll do 4. However you do it, it's up to you. It's your class, it's your body. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. It's actually quite fun. I enjoy it. I feel like I'm a little girl again. But like I say, that one, it does take time. People think that rolling like a ball is easy, but to be quite honest, that really targets your core muscles and your core strength. So if you found that it wasn't as good for you and you sort of struggled with it, that's a little indicator to know that you've maybe got to work on your core muscles a little bit more, and then that will get easier and easier. Okay, now bring the knees around. Let's have a good stretch of the back. So if you do any of yoga, you'll know what this one is. It's child's pose, but I always use it in my classes. So the glutes are glued down to the heels, the hands are on the floor. We're stretching out nice and long. Forehead down. Forehead comes down. And then come on to all fours. Knees in line with the hips. Relax the toes. So just push the weight into the hands and then into the knees here. And then we want to get this smaller and smaller because we want to find our equal body weight. So we don't want to be too much into the knees because that's too easy, and we don't want to be too much into the wrists because that's too sore on the wrist. So imagine between the wrist and your knees, you've got 50-50 in each. Okay. Now what we're going to do first of all is just nod the chin and round through the spine. Just open up the back, and again, just like we did with leg stretches, check in with your back here. Where do you feel tense? Where do you feel stiff or tired? And then look forward. Breathe in, breathe out, nod, and round. And look forward. Inhale, nod, and round through. And look forward. Okay, so just see if you've got any tension in the lower back, the middle back, your shoulders, even your neck, your arms. You'll feel it here. And then what we're going to do is just bring the left, sweep it back. So now the left palm is facing down towards the mat. Now, as you can see, unfortunately, we aren't born with eyes in the backs of our heads. But the wrist is in line with the shoulder here. So just have a little look. Make sure that your arm's not way up here or too low. And then we're just going to now replace the weight with the right hand, right knee, left knee. And we're just going to pulse. And just really squeeze into the back of the arm. You're working your core here because your core is stabilising your body. Just pulse up and down. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Bring it down. Other side. Stretch the right arm back. Stretch the fingertips and just lift up and down. Squeeze up and down. Three, 2, 1. Very quickly, place both elbows down to the floor. Sink back, place the hands over the head, and this will stretch the back of the arms. Hands come down and then come up. All right, now what we're going to do is sweep the left arm up. Now, it changes a little bit here because we can feel this sometimes in our neck. So it's really good to relax your neck. Lift the arm up and then just pulse up and down. Up and down, up and down. Very gently. And then bring the hand down. So that would have worked more on the top of your shoulder. Okay, let's go to the other side. Take your time, release the neck, relax the shoulders, lift up and down. Breathe in and out. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Once again, elbows down, stretch back, arms overhead. Hands flat on the floor. My goodness, we're nearly finished. How time flies when you're having fun. Okay, on all fours then. Remember, you can come down to your elbows if you wish. Stretch the left arm out. The left arm. The left leg. Sorry, it's been a long morning already. Stretch it out. Lift the leg up and tap. Lift, tap. Working lower back, core. Working some shoulders here. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Bring the knee to the elbow and back out. Bring it in and out. Try and keep the lower back nice and still. In and out. 3, 2, and 1. Extend, hover here, hold it, and just circle that leg from your hip joint. Keep circling. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Ooh, just come up, give yourself a little shake out, and then we're going over to the other side. So let's set ourselves up nice and strong before we start. Wrists in line with the shoulders, knees are hip width. Find that body weight. Let's extend the right leg out long, and we lift it up and down. Lift, down, keep the neck relaxed. Keep it going, up and down. 3, 2, 1. Now hold it here. Then very gently bring the knee in and extend it out. In and extend. In and extend. 3, extend. 2, extend. 1, extend. Hold it here. Circle. Keep squeezing. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come in, shake it out. Just circle around with the wrists. Sometimes our wrists can get a little bit sore. Even my wrist is sore today. Extend the right arm and then just gently pull back with the left fingers. Open up the forearm muscles there. And the other way, pull. And relax, wonderful. Come like onto the back. We'll go back to the start. With the feet wide, push the shoulders down, and then knees go over. And then come up and go over to the other side. Really nice after we've just done all that leg work and the glute work. So whenever you're on all fours, especially when we're extending the legs back, you aren't just working your legs, you're working your glutes, the lower back, you're helping your core to stabilise, you're building stamina and mind control as well, because sometimes when we get exercises that kind of make our muscles burn and we want to give up, but we keep going, our minds get stronger because we have more discipline. So it's a win-win. Lift up, other side. Come up. Soles of the feet together. Hug the toes. Lift the knees up. Bring the knees in. Inhale. Exhale. Knees go wide. Extend. Push the shoulders away from the ears. So open up in the shoulders. Knees up. Inhale. Exhale. Push down. And up. Inhale. Exhale. And come up. Extend your legs. Now, let's have a little core strength test here. Nod the chin, round through the spine, and gently as you can, slowly as you can, lower down. So you would have felt that a little bit in your core. That's a very good way of strengthening your core. A little bit every day soon makes a massive difference. Let's hug the right knee towards the chest. Push through that heel. Go back. Now our muscles are a lot warmer now, so we might find this easier. Inhale, exhale, lift. So I always say this, but just in case you knew or you've missed it, Pilates is very, very good for your lower back. So 9 times out of 10, it's not our lower back that is the problem. It's the tight muscles above and in and below the lower back. Legs, tight hamstrings and tight glutes are very big common causes of lower back pain. So therefore, you need to stretch out your legs rather than work your lower back. The two work hand in hand. And relax, come down. Inhale, exhale. It's like making a cup of tea with no hot water. You need to do both in order to get the results. So stretch those legs every day and you will feel a massive difference. Hug it in behind the thigh. Inhale, exhale, lift it up. And come down, breathe in and breathe out, lift. And come down. And now just cross the left ankle over the right. Both feet onto the floor and the knees go out. Just close your eyes here just for a second and allow your body to stretch, because sometimes when we stretch our minds can be really busy and therefore we don't get as much out of our stretches, I think, anyway. So close your eyes and then imagine that you're trying to get your knees to the floor. And then your mind will use that muscle connection and you will open up your thighs and your hips a lot more. So just breathe in and out. And then gently come up and then swap the sides. So right leg, right ankle over left, feet on the floor. Inhale, exhale, knees go out. Imagine those knees are trying to get to the floor. I mean, my knees aren't to the floor. That's not the point. But when you imagine that you're trying to do that, you get a little bit more out of your exercise. And breathe in, breathe out. Bring those knees in. Hug and roll yourself up if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Just roll over to the side. And now keep the spine really, really tall. Stretch your fingertips out nice and long. And now inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. exhale lower, inhale and exhale. And thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any requests of special exercises or videos you want me to do, please comment down below and I'll try my best to incorporate them however I can. Good morning. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you're catching me later, enjoy it as well. I am back next Wednesday at 11:30. So whatever you do, keep yourself nice and warm. It's quite gloomy out there today. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, enjoy the rest of your week, and I shall see you next week. Bye.